Hey, welcome back. Today is April 15th, Thursday, and on this post, I'll be telling you about the overall crypto markets, which includes Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin price action, and see how they could potentially affect the overall altcoin markets. Before diving into Harmony, ONEUSD, and see what is going on in here, I'll be telling you about the bullish and bearish case scenarios for today, as well as the short-term price prediction on this market according to what I'm seeing on the charts. Before I begin today, if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as I'll be keeping you updated on the latest crypto setups on my watch list, regardless if it's a good day or a bad day. If you want to support me and don't already have a Webull brokerage account, you guys can use my referral link down below. They're still giving away 2 free stocks as of today upon a successful sign-up and a qualifying deposit of $100 US, and I will also receive a referral bonus if you guys sign up under me. Please also read my full disclaimer below. I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I am purely sharing my own speculations and opinions on this market. I cannot tell you the future, and you should always do your own due diligence before trading or investing in this market, as it's extremely risky and volatile. If you have any questions or comments, please do only leave them in the comment section below, but I'll try my best to get to as many of them as possible. Now, see what's going on in this market first. Most importantly, I do take a look into Bitcoin dominance. Tells me what the money could be trending into. Would it be Bitcoin, altcoins, or neither? Today, we do have Bitcoin dominance down about 1.2%. This breaks down to Bitcoin price action up over 0.6%. Total altcoin market cap up over 3.3%. Now, this is the upside of Bitcoin dominance trending downwards. I will usually see Bitcoin price action trailing behind that of total altcoin market cap. In other words, total altcoin market cap leading in gains ahead of Bitcoin. I usually emphasize Bitcoin dominance to trend downwards. That's generally speaking better for the altcoins on both the upside and downside. Because conversely speaking, if Bitcoin dominance was trending upwards, the upside of that, I will usually see Bitcoin leading in gains ahead of total altcoin market cap. Weekly time frame here for Bitcoin dominance. We are still in a falling wedge pattern, even though we are looking very close to actually breaking this. However, I need to see a weekly candle close well up below this bottom trend line here to the point where I can't stretch this out and still keep a falling wedge pattern intact. So until then, we are still in a falling wedge pattern here. And falling wedge patterns, generally speaking, are bullish patterns. If Bitcoin dominance actually breaks to the upside here, that is not as ideal for the altcoins. Because the best case scenario would be, in that case, would be if Bitcoin price action is trending higher with Bitcoin dominance and total altcoin market cap trailing behind that of Bitcoin. Let's go over to Bitcoin price action. As I've been saying, there has been bearish divergence on the weekly time frame here for Bitcoin. We had 1 week's worth of pulling back here from bearish divergence. The second bearish divergence here, we had 2 weeks worth of pulling back. Bearish divergence, more often than not, can still signal a pullback. And the safer signal I am looking for here to tell me that this bearish divergence is done playing out would be seeing a higher high on the price action chart along with a higher high on the RSI. The last high RSI reading to beat here is about 75, okay? From this little top right here, about 75 here. And we're getting very close to beating it, so let's see if it actually does. Let's go over to the monthly time frame. There has been bearish divergence for quite some time, and we are in overbought territory. However, we have yet to yield a red candle, so the bearish divergence has not played out here. Not something I lose track of, because do take a look into the last few times, Bitcoin has been in overbought territory on this monthly time frame here, okay? And if Bitcoin pulls back at any time, it could still have a bearish effect on the altcoins. That bearish effect would be greater if Bitcoin dominance is trending higher. Let's go over to ONEUSD. Take a look from the monthly time frame down to the daily and see if we have any overbought RSI readings or possible bearish divergence scenarios on these what I consider to be macro timeframes. Monthly time frame here, we're currently about 83. Okay, so in overbought territory, that's 83 out of 100. Weekly time frame here, we're currently about over 73 here. Okay, if the price action wants to make a higher high here, it does need to beat the last high RSI reading over here at about 95 from this top to negate bearish divergence. 3-day time frame, we're currently under 70, so not in overbought territory. Okay, just borderlining right under 70 here. Okay, and if the price action wants to make a higher high here, it does need to beat the last high RSI reading over here at about almost 95, or about 95. Okay, to negate bearish divergence. Daily time frame, we're currently about 55, so not in overbought territory, and I'm looking for this top to beat here to negate bearish divergence if the price action was to make a higher high on the price action chart. Let's take a look into what I could be dealing with here in terms of a trading pattern. I am estimating a falling wedge pattern with a outlier candle here, okay, because of the pretty sporadic price action on this daily candle. I think it's fair enough to say I can actually exclude this bottom wick here to be part of my pattern, to not be part of my estimated pattern. I am saying an estimated falling wedge pattern because we don't have that second set of swing down to this bottom trend line here yet to fully validate this falling wedge pattern. So it's not validated, it's not completed, it's still an early estimate. And I do think this is a fair estimate for this bottom trend line here because some major moving averages are actually pretty in line with my estimated bottom trend line, including the daily 50 MA and the 3-day 21 MA that's coming up to this bottom trend line, and we have about 3 more hours left until this 3-day candle closes. So until then, I do think, so when that happens, I do think the 3-day 21 MA will be closer to this bottom trend line. Now, given that I do get that second swing down here to this bottom trend line, very similar to the way I have it here, okay? Then, according to Thomas Bukowski and his website, thepatternsight.com, it is a 68% chance of it breaking to the upside. If it breaks to the upside, the measured target, which is taken by measuring the opening of the pattern, and then adding it back to an expected breakout point, which I would say, I will estimate here to be taking into this support level at about the 10.5 cents fib level area to be holding, then I do have a measured target here for this expected breakout point to be about 18.45 cents measured target. Now, measured targets are theoretical approximate targets only, may actually be different in real life price action, more or less, and that's given that this falling wedge pattern is validated with that second set of swing down, very similar to the way I have it here. Now, let's take a look into key supports and resistances relevant to this price action right now. Key resistance, the daily 21 MA, the blue line that's right above the price action. Next up, about the 17 cents fib level area. Next up, about the 19.5 cents fib level area. And then if the price action actually gets beyond this, which is already above the measured target, I could expect resistance coming from this group of past trading history here, okay? Past trading resistance here. The highest of which is about 23.3 cents. Key support, about the 15 cents fib level area. Next up, about the 13 cents fib level area. Next up, the daily 50 MA, following by about the 10.5 cents fib level area. And then the 3-day 21 MA, which is coming up to about the 10.5 cents fib level area. Let's take a look into the bullish and bearish case scenarios here. Bullish case scenario, price action either breaks out of this estimated falling wedge pattern without validating it, okay? In that case, I cannot take into consideration of this measured target because it has not validated, okay? But that could still happen, okay? Breaks out of this falling wedge pattern without validating it, and in that case, I would disregard this measured target here. Another bullish case scenario would be if the price action validates this falling wedge pattern with that second swing down to this bottom trend line, breaks out of this falling wedge pattern, and go towards its measured targets. Okay. Now, this measured target could be higher if it breaks out after validating it sooner, or it could be lower if it breaks out after validating this falling wedge pattern later. So breaks above the pattern and go towards its measured target, mining some of those resistance levels I have just pointed out. That would be the other bullish case scenario. Bearish case scenario, price action breaks its bottom trend line, which should take into consideration of breaking this falling wedge pattern. Okay, breaking this bottom trend line, I do think that would take into consideration as well of breaking this 3-day 21 MA, because we have about 3 more hours left until this 3-day 21 MA comes up further to this bottom trend line here. So breaking the bottom trend line should take into consideration of breaking the 3-day 21 MA as well. Then the next level of key support I'll be looking at would be about the 7 cents fib level area and seeing if that holds. Now, these are my bullish and bearish case scenarios for today. Let me know if you found it helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Let me know your agreements, disagreements, feedback. I love to hear them. Hope you match risk carefully, and if you would like to see any more of my most recently uploaded videos on YouTube, you guys can check out my links up here on YouTube. See you next time.